Hello everybody, it's John with John's Garage Doors, and today I'm going to show you how to program the Chamberlain Universal Remote to your garage door opener that has a Smart or Learn button. Now, a lot of people should understand that this remote is compatible with any garage door opener manufactured after 1993, such as Linear, Chamberlain, LiftMaster, Do It Best, Sears Craftsman, Master Mechanic, Rainer, Genie, Overhead Door, Stanley, and Wayne Dalton. Now, like I said, with other Chamberlain motors such as the Deluxe version, Master Mechanic, Do It Best, or Rainer, or True Value, this remote can still be compatible with those motors. Now, another thing with this remote, this can also work on motors or external receivers with the dip or code switches. You can find that by looking in here or the owner's manual. If you remove this slide cover, you'll see the settings. You'll see the dip switch setting, and you can see a small black push button. This is also known as programming this remote to the garage door opener with the Smart or Learn button. So, let's get into it. Today we have a Door Intellicode Motor from the early 2000s that has a Smart or Learn button. Now, the thing with Learn buttons on Genie motors, if you have the screwdriver version, except for the accelerator version, it's always going to be on the left side of the motor, but in the front of the motor, but on the left side of the light bulb. If you have the Pro Max version or the Stealth version, it's going to be on the rear. If you have a chain glide version, it's going to be on the front, but possibly on this side. Of course, on the newer Genies, it's always on the bottom of the motor. And on the older Genies, that were the blue versions, it was always under here. So that's a way to find the Learn button on your garage door opener. The easy way to find it is to follow up this antenna, and you'll see it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to hit this little black program button in here until you see this light flash solidly. Once it flashes, you're going to want to let go, and then you want to go over to your motor unit and hit the Learn button. Then we can see a flashing red light. Now, the next thing you want to focus on is how many times you want to push the button on the remote. If you look on Genie or Overhead Door, the newer model it's going to be 5, on the older model it's going to be 6. 6 is for 1997 to 2005 motors. So we're going to push this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, 6 worked. Now once that light stops flashing, you don't want to push anymore. You're going to stop there, and then, and then the next thing you want to do is hit this button again. To finish your program, you're going to hit this button on the remote once again, and you see the motor light went out. So now we got the remote programmed to the garage door opener. Let's test to see if it works. Alright, as you can see, the remote worked. We can now use this button on the remote to control this garage door. And by the way, with the second button on the remote, since this remote has 2 buttons, if you have 2 garage doors, if you have different openers for both doors, and it's compatible with this remote, you can always program that. But you don't have to program this for a specific motor. You can use that for any motor, as well as this button, because this is a 2-button remote. But we programmed this button. This button works with this motor. We also programmed this to the other motor. See, that one works also. We can now use it to stop and open back up. I hope this video was helpful to you. Just remember, after you hit the Learn button on the motor, there's going to be a certain number of times we're going to push the button on the remote. It's not always going to be 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is just for Genie and overhead door motors. There's going to be a different amount of times for different motors. So you can find that by looking at the owner's manual. I even posted in the description, so you can check that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope this helps you out.